Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. This video is something of an opinion video, and I suspect regular watchers of this channel will probably think this video is going to go in one direction, but I'm going to give you a bit of a preview. It's not probably going to go in the direction that you think. The purpose of this video, if you read the title, it probably seems like one of my opinion pieces where I might be a little bit critical, if you will, of certain policies. That's actually not the case. And I wanted to go ahead and quote directly a tiny excerpt from the Bangkok Post. It's bangkokpost.com. Article is titled, "Booze Prohibition Eases." But I wanted to quote this one sentence because when I read it, to me, it seemed so pregnant with information when you kind of understand the overall context of what's going on over here that I thought it was noteworthy. So the sentence is, "He assured the people that the government would prevent an excessive influx of foreign visitors." Now, he being the prime minister. And when you first read this, I could definitely see a contingent of the expat community, well, prevent an excessive influx of foreign visitors. What are you talking about? I actually took away from that something very different. Or maybe in my mind it's different. Maybe a lot of people took this away. I don't know. But when I first read that, the kind of expat mentality in me said, well, what are they doing there? And then I kind of reread the article, and it caused me to really think, there's a lot of different constituencies out there here in Thailand, and different groups have different notions about how things should play out moving forward. As we've discussed at length in many videos on this channel, the overall economic concerns, in my opinion, should be paramount because And when weighed against, quite frankly, I haven't seen any appreciable data anybody's been able to provide to me that, especially these lockdowns the last 4 months, have done anything to really have any kind of effect. I can't see any data where it did anything. And I'm perfectly happy to stand corrected. If folks have that data, I am happy to read it. And if I'm wrong, I'll get on here, as I've done in the past, and say I'm wrong. Or say my opinion was unfounded, whatever you want to call it. But I've looked, and I can't seem to find that data. Getting back to the point of this video, I just read this. He assured the people that the government would prevent an excessive influx of foreign visitors. And excessive is key there. There clearly is a contingent of folks in Thailand, and I'm not just pointing out Thailand here, the rest of the world. I see it in reports from the United States, which I keep up with the news on rather particularly on a day-to-day basis, where there's a contingent of people that, in my opinion, are being a little bit, maybe more than a little bit, irrational about this whole thing, maybe to the point of a certain level of hysteria, especially at this point in the game when we're years in. We know this isn't April of 2020 where we don't know the score, we don't know the demography, and we don't know the statistics associated, especially with deaths arising from this overall situation. And we're also at a point in time, we've got countermeasures in place, vaccinations, various medications out there that folks can take that, can mitigate some of the worst of the problems associated with this. And meanwhile, there still is a contingent of people that are genuinely very afraid. And that's okay. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those folks. Everyone has their own opinions. That said, sometimes, as the saying goes from Britain, keep calm and carry on. You just have to keep moving forward. And I've made some critical videos in the past. I would like to say in this video that this one sentence said a lot to me. And that what it said to me was, and he being the prime minister here and the government, they have to balance a lot of different constituencies. They have to deal with a lot of feedback from a lot of different people. And they have to make the best decisions as they see them at the time. And I think they're doing a good job with that. We're seeing Thailand reopening November 1 here, to foreign tourists with a massively truncated, virtually zero quarantine to come in if you have your ducks in a row with respect to documentation, vaccination documentation, etc. There's serious talk of, basically full reopening looking at a month from now. My personal opinion, I think we should do it sooner rather than later. Leaving that aside, I do want to say that, a lot of different voices have to be balanced, a lot of different concerns. And I do think, notwithstanding my critiques in the past, that at present, as of this time, I think that balancing the cost benefit is being done well right now, and I think it's being done in such a way that's prudent, and hopefully it's going to have positive ramifications for Thailand in the coming days, months, and weeks.